confronted the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara. It's a group that claimed responsibility for killing 4 U.S. soldiers in an attack in Niger 4 years ago. French President Emmanuel Macron called Sahrawi's killing a major success. France has been fighting extremists in the region for 8 years. Dave?
Simon, a police officer is being mourned in Missouri, killed just 2 months after graduating from the police academy. Blaze Madrid Evans died last night from the injuries suffered after being shot at a home in Independence earlier in the day. Police fired back and killed the gunman. America's listening to Fox News.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Off to a pretty quiet start on the morning commute. We are still dealing with some construction heading out through US 17 right now in Punta Gorda, right around Nesbitt Street and DuPont Street. You'll notice roadblock eastbound in the left lane between DuPont and Brown Streets right near Fisherman's Village. So watch out for some slight delays. Otherwise, looking nice and quiet up and down I-75. No problems on US 41. Our area bridges all running up to speed at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we head into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program and subscribing to the podcast at your favorite podcast location. Drew Steele, just type it in wherever you go. Apple Podcast, all the there you go. Jake the Millennial, it is Thursday, so we're a day before Jake Day, which is a day where Jake basically checks out, are you good today? Because today I'm going to need you. There's a lot of news that's right in your wheelhouse. There's tech stuff that has to do with you. Look, if you're watching and listening, this has to do with you as well, because there's going to be a lot of answers coming your way to questions that you may have had with regard to, let's say, Facebook. Like, why is Facebook so angry? Why is it that even during the term of the former president of the United States that things got heated? I mean, crazy heated, even still are today. And why they seem to be the things that are popping up on your Facebook feed if you're somebody who's into the Facebook thing, the Zuckerberg guy there, who has an interesting look. I'm trying to figure out, how all of that is going on and transpiring, and it just becomes angry, and all you wanted to do is see your cousin's cute little puppy Sal that he just got, and that's all you want to do. You just want to catch up with your relatives, but it seems to be this angry place to be. Was it planned that way? Well, we'll talk about that, because Jake's going to join us to talk a little bit about that mess. Even the culture wars. Nicki Minaj is in the news. People may not even know who Nicki Minaj is. If somebody landed on the planet, they just came from, I don't know, wherever. Pick a place in space. Just
Venus.
They came from Venus, and boom, they pop right down on your front lawn, and they're like, "Hey, I got no idea where I am, but I heard about this person, Nicki Minaj. Can you explain to me who this person? Could you explain who that is? If I
want
had
me to."
And a yes or no answer right now.
I could, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So you may ask yourself, really, do I want to hear this? Like, why are you even starting the show this way? Because we're going to explain how basically the culture is a cesspool. We're going to explain how people have their icons and heroes, and they're all misplaced. We're going to ask the question, why is it that even Tucker Carlson is talking about Nicki Minaj? And it has to do with something that you're dealing with each and every day, which we're all dealing with, which is vaccines, the vax. The only thing that you can do to save your life is to get the vaccine. It's the only possible, it's a binary choice. It's the vaccine or nothing. Now, again, I hate to sound so hyperbolic, and it just sounds awful when I say the only way you can save your life, it's different for everybody. It is different for everybody when it comes to getting vaccinated, and everybody is going to react differently. As a matter of fact, if you're vaccinated, you're going to react differently. Some people, they'll still get the vid, and some of the conditions that you'll get will be mild. Some of it may be a little worse than mild. Some of it is just going to be fine. Some of you may get the vid and not even know it. Some of you, and again, I'm not anti-vax. That's not why I'm saying any of this. I'm just really, really, really angry and upset because we've never talked about and we never discuss all the things that are important, including therapies, and why as we talk about it. I mean, we got, what is it, Louisiana now? Is it? I'm trying to think of which state it is. Let me just double check. I think it's Louisiana that's saying, yeah, guess what? Ivermectin, we're not even going to prescribe it. Don't even ask for it. If a doctor even says, yeah, Louisiana, the Department of Health is going, look, done. Don't do it. Don't even fill ivermectin prescriptions for COVID because why? Because there's only one choice. That's it. If you don't get vaccinated, there's nothing else that you can possibly take. Well, what about monoclonal antibodies? Oh, and there's a story out of Florida with monoclonal antibodies. Now we come to find out, and this is really disturbing. I read a story yesterday about how and I want to get, I got to see if I can get the story because precision matters. That what we're dealing with right now with the monoclonal antibodies here in the state, that apparently now the White House, Biden, the administration is now buying, purchasing, handling, and distributing the monoclonal antibodies to certain states. And it appears as if the state of Florida now is having a little bit of a problem accessing the monoclonal antibodies from one of the 21 different locations around the state. And why are we having an issue with that? I mean, it would be, again, precision matters, and I'm going to be careful about how I put this. And I want to make sure that we go through the story coming up in just a bit. But it would be really awful. It would be terrible to think that some therapeutic, like a monoclonal antibody, may be having positive effects on individuals as far as keeping them out of hospital, as far as when they get the vid, not getting it as severe. I have a 74-year-old that I know that didn't have the vaccination, that got the vid, had the monoclonal antibody. Everything's fine. Everybody's different. Not saying don't get the vaccine. But the point is if the federal government, if the administration is the one who now is going to get monoclonal antibodies and be the ones to distribute to specific states and have that access, of course, because they've purchased them ahead. And certain states won't get the supply that they've been getting. I just hope that it's not political. That's all. I just hope that there wouldn't be anything, because that would be horrible. But I read something on that story. I'm going to be specific on what it says. It was brought up yesterday and brought to my attention by some pretty senior folks. And so we'll talk about it later this morning. Coming up. All right. Also, 239-479-5592 if you want to call in or text with your thoughts on maybe General Milley. We come to find out that the President of the United States has his back, absolutely, after we come to find out that we got questions about General Milley and whether or not there was a treasonous bit of activity there. No, we can't do that. But there have been new twists in the Milley story that is raising even more questions. Red State has the story. Nicaragua has the story on this. And what's going on with that? Is it possible that there are some who are trying to say that, oh, no, you don't understand, that there were people within the Trump administration who were talking about General Milley, one Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, and that Esper had a role in these calls to China? What if I were to tell you that you have on one hand the senior defense official who's saying, oh, yeah, the former Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, under the Trump administration, yeah, he had something to do with these calls to China. But then we come to find out that Mark Esper wasn't the Secretary of Defense at the time. And the one who was the Secretary of Defense at the time was like, yeah, I never gave anybody permission to make any kind of call. I never had anything. I never even, what are you talking about? Again, more questions that we have about General Milley. But there's nothing to see here. Everything is beautiful in the world of this administration. As a matter of fact, what a perfect place to be. Even if you're talking to other world leaders, are you ready for your morning cup of joe this morning? What if I were to tell you that the President of the United States yesterday had another face plant, palm firmly implanted in forehead situation, this time making international headlines for embarrassing himself and others in this exchange, and it's known as the Morning Cup of Joe.
Sit back with your Morning Cup of Joe.
Not a joke. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm honored today to be joined by
people I don't know their names. Yeah, that's right. Biden held a virtual meeting with the Prime Minister of Australia and the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson about this new enhanced trilateral security partnership between Australia, the UK, and the United States. And towards the end of the meeting, you had Boris Johnson, who had a couple of things to say, threw it back to the president of the United States, who turned to the screen where the Australian prime minister was standing and said, you heard it, I want to thank that fellow down under. And he forgot his name. And then he just went on to go finish his prepared statement. Well, let's just put it this way. Nobody here is talking about it, but across the ponds, if you will, everybody is talking about it. You got 9 News Australia and The Guardian and The Telegraph and Sky News Australia. Yeah. Everybody is like, what in the world is going on here? Aussies cringe as Biden appears to forget the prime minister's name. Yeah. But in fairness, about 30 seconds later, Joe Biden, something kicked in. It was like, like a motor that it's kind of sputtering. It's, and there he's back. And he actually said his name right off the top of his own noggin. How about that? So it took a little bit. So it was just a little minor setback. But he did say something about General Milley yesterday when asked about what he thought about him.
Sir, did General Milley do the right thing, sir?
Thank you.
In your opinion, did General Milley do the right thing?
I have great confidence in General Milley.
There you go. Thank you, everybody. He's got great confidence in General Milley. I mean, why not? If you have a general who is about as woke as can possibly be and probably isn't exactly a fan of the former president of the United States, clearly, to the point where he would make phone calls, conversations with Nancy Pelosi and might have a few things to say about, nuclear buttons and kind of exaggerating a little bit of what he believes about the former president and how dangerous that could be, let alone the wokeness of one general who not too long ago, I believe it was in 2020, right? I'm old enough to remember 2020, where it was the same Mark Milley, General Mark Milley, who was addressing the graduates of the National Defense University and was talking about the killing of George Floyd and his thoughts on it. And he went on to say,
you alluded to in the previous question.
Oh, that's not it. Here it is. It's right. Wait a minute. It's right. It's right here. Here you go.
The protests that have ensued not only speak to his killing, but also to the centuries of injustice towards African Americans. What we are seeing is the long shadow of our original sin in Jamestown 401 years ago.
That's right. There's General Milley in 2020 talking about the long shadow of our original sin in Jamestown 401 years ago. Who's a long shadow? Is it some other country? Is it some other place? Who is he talking about? Yeah, he's talking about you, me, us. That's right. Going with the 1619 angle. And this was the same general that was described in other ways yesterday as Ben Domenico is filling in for Laura Ingram and reminding everybody a little bit of Milley's history.
You'd be forgiven if you thought General Mark Milley's aim in senior leadership was to break his own army. His record in office, first as Army Chief of Staff and now as Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, is a dismal roll call of failures. He's never paid a price for them, but the Army has, and the country has. General Milley's record of achievements, such as they are, include episodes of profound blundering, a persistent misunderstanding of the national interest, and a dangerous willingness to politicize the Army of the United States. To list just a few, General Milley presided over the disastrous rollout of the Army Combat Fitness Test. The ACFT is a misguided, unrealistic, and expensive effort to essentially compel the entire Army to do CrossFit. The general ignored numerous voices within the Army warning against the new test. Those voices were vindicated, and today the ACFT is now a byword for leadership myopia. General Milley tried to stonewall the Army's own report on its performance in the Iraq War, running interference to keep the Army's mistakes from being aired in public. He relented only after public pressure that never should have been necessary. General Milley presided over a historic recruiting crisis, for the Army especially, but also for the armed forces at large. But he did bring back Second World War-style uniforms, which is a nice reminder of when our Army could win a major war.
Ouch. All right, so just a couple of things that people have a question about with regard to General Milley, but nothing to see here. Everything is fine. A coup to one person is just the protection of the country to another person. Isn't that how coups work? Hey, here's a little lesson for you history buffs. A little lesson for you kids out there. If you're going to commit a coup, you do tell people that the guy who's in charge is dangerous and what you think is the right way to go, and you just want to save the country at large. Don't you get it? Isn't that fundamentally the definition of a coup? Am I missing something? Do you not understand it? Do you think if somebody's going to commit a coup, they're like, listen, I just want to let you know, man, that Trump is a fantastic president. He loves the Constitution, loves the country and our freedoms and liberty, and everything he's doing is perfect. But I think that maybe I'm going to go kind of around him when it comes to other countries, and I just talk to people, and, I just get... No, that doesn't happen. The whole idea is that those underneath the president, those who want to commit the coup, if you will, I'm using air quotes, is that they believe something different than what the leadership does. That's the definition of a coup. And so the idea here is that you have major mass media and you have people in this country who are looking the other way at this and seem to think that all of this is standard fare, that everything is fine and move along. We'll play some more audio coming up. If you missed our interview yesterday about this with Dr. Sebastian Gorka, we'll replay that coming up in just a few minutes as well. All right, plus we got a whole lot of other things to talk about. I know the Nicki Minaj thing is already, people are texting about that. What's going on with that? We'll talk about that as well. And so we'll get more information on what is going with monoclonals and this administration and the concerns about not having access enough for the state of Florida. I mean, is that an issue? Is that a problem? Well, we're going to explore that, and I'll talk about that more coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
SpaceX launched the first all-civilian crew into orbit last night, moving the world closer to everyday space tourism.
Maybe our descendants will be able to honeymoon on the moon.
Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku talking to Fox Business. A new electric pickup rolls off the production line in Normal, Illinois. Rivian is the first automaker to make it to the market with a mass-produced e-truck. Mid-size models will ship to customers soon. President Biden met with some of the country's top business leaders yesterday to push for company vaccine mandates. Among those at the White House meeting, CEOs from Microsoft, Walt Disney, and Walgreens. And stocks bounced back yesterday. The Dow rose 236 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Okay, guys, we got to put our trays up for takeoff.
Where's Dad?
Oh, he's in the back. We could only get 3 seats together.
Daddy has my pillow.
We'll get it later. Can you not put your feet up, please?
Why aren't we going?
We must be in line for takeoff.
Like security?
Well, that was a different line.
I have to go.
We just sat down.
But I have to go.
The seatbelt sign's on.
Why aren't we moving?
Hey, no picking.
We're just 15th in line for takeoff.
Son of a...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and a fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better.
With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's been figured out where the first group of about 37,000 Afghan refugees coming to the United States is being sent. California is taking in the most, 5,200.
Each Afghan refugee is expected to get about $1,200 to help with rent, furniture, and food. But they're not currently eligible for food stamps, Medicaid, or other traditional refugee services. President Biden's calling on Congress to take action to make sure those coming in from Afghanistan have access to the same benefits as other refugees.
Fox's Jill Nato. A new coronavirus vaccine mandates announced in Los Angeles County, California.
Bars, wineries, nightclubs, breweries, and lounges will have to screen their customers and demand proof of vaccination by November 4th. And vaccine proof is also being required at large events of 10,000 people or more, or proof of a recent negative COVID test.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now along Daniels Parkway, we got a couple of crashes we're keeping an eye on. One west of 75 at Danport Boulevard and another near Jetport Commerce Boulevard. Watching delays westbound, especially backing up at the left lane trying to get to I-75. So watch for some slowdowns out there or avoid Daniels if you can, coming out of Gateway toward Fort Myers. We're also dealing with construction along US 17 eastbound, a left lane blocked right near DuPont and Brown Streets, just outside of Fisherman's Village, coming off of 41, seeing some slowdowns. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we head into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again, with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Most people don't know this, but in Southwest Florida, your air conditioner is designed for an outdoor temperature of about 92 degrees and the indoor temperature at 75. Well, oddly enough, it gets hotter than that in Florida in the summertime. That means that part of the year, your air conditioner is too small by design. It's the correct size for the house, but in the summertime it seems to struggle for a little while in the afternoon, which may be very normal. So don't panic. Use a NATE certified mechanic to find out the truth and make sure your machine is sized correctly. Bigger is not better in this business. The right size is the right size. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, More equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, guys, here's some good news. The White House just announced that over the past month, the number of Americans getting their first vaccine shot has spiked by 70%. Turns out many of them weren't so much anti-vaccinate as they were procrastinate.
I get it, anti-procrastinate. I get it. All right, there you go. So, the vax numbers starting to go up. All right, so let me talk about that for a second before we move on. In just a little bit, we'll replay our interview yesterday with Dr. Sebastian Gorka. We were talking about General Milley and wanted to get his thoughts on that. So that is coming up. All right, let me see if I can find this. Why is it that this went away again? I am having all kinds of fun issues with my computer today. All right, it's one of those days. Hold on a second. I'll find it. All right, well, earlier I'll get it right now. All right, so earlier I was talking about the concern that some people had. There it is. All right, with the monoclonal antibodies. And if there's a situation here in the state of Florida where maybe something's going on with the distribution here in the state, and maybe coming up soon, we're not going to be able to get as much as we thought. And it was Far Saunders, who is a state capitol reporter, who put this out on his Twitter feed. Now, the governor is not happy with the president's decision to take over distribution of monoclonal antibodies. Now, again, I mentioned this earlier, and it would never happen. We would never have a situation where a sitting president of the United States would have control of and distribution of a therapy that you could take, let's say if you were not one of the vaccinated, who would do anything that would stop the distribution of such a therapy that would help you to stay out of hospital, to help you to get better fast, like a monoclonal antibody. No way would that take place. Well, as he was describing, governor's not happy with this. And Christina Pushaw put this statement out yesterday. I'm just saying, we were happy to see, this is her statement yesterday from the governor's office. We were happy to see that Biden's COVID plan announced last week included, this was the one that talked about, mandatory vaccines and the like, included a 50% increase in monoclonal antibody deliveries to states this month. Nice. So it's surprising and deeply disappointing that the Biden administration would break this promise just a week later and cut the monoclonal antibody allocation to the state of Florida. So they aren't even providing half of the doses of life-saving treatment that COVID patients in Florida will need. But the governor is committed to ensuring that everyone who needs the treatment will be able to get it, even if we can't count on the Biden administration. And there are other monoclonal antibodies that we can get a hold of. Companies, I think Glaxo makes one as well. So there are places and other companies to go to get these. But the fact is that this is happening. So the Biden administration takes over the deliveries of monoclonal antibodies to states, and then somehow now all of a sudden we're getting less. Now, no, it would be awful if you right now listening or watching at drewsteele.com, Steele has 3 E's, you can go to the website to watch, or subscribe to the podcast if you don't mind. You can listen to this later. Any of your favorite podcast locations, just type in Drew Steele. And it would be awful if you were sitting there watching me or listening to the sound of my voice and thinking, well, he's not doing that out of politics, right? I mean, that would be awful. I mean, no way. I mean, you wouldn't take it to the place where you are so insistent that people get a vaccine that is the only way. It's a binary choice. It's a vaccine or nothing. That you would make it tougher for a state who has had great success in getting monoclonal antibodies out to people, to make it harder for them to access you. No. That is an outrageous thought, and you should get that out of your head. No way do politics come in when it comes to our healthcare decisions in this country. I'm sorry. I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm worried about it. I mean, just a little bit. I don't want to believe that, but even Jim Brewer, do you know Jim Brewer, the comedian? Do you have Jake the Millennial? Do you have any idea who Jim Brewer is? He's Googling it. Let's just say no. Just say you don't know.
Yes, I know him.
All right. So I forget. He was an SNL alumni. I don't know what his big movie claim to fame is.
Dazed and Confused or something like that.
He was in a bunch of different movies. He's the one on SNL that always looks like he's stoned, and he's been stoned. Yeah, that guy.
That's his character.
Okay, that's his whole thing. Well, he went on the Tucker Carlson show last night because boldly and bravely, if you will, I don't know if you heard this story, but he said, listen, I'm going to sacrifice a whole lot of money here, but there was, I guess, a bunch of people, a bunch of places that he wanted to go to do shows, comedy shows. They said, listen, the only way that you can come to see the comedy show is if you're vaccinated. You can't get into the show unless you're vaccinated. And he's like, forget it. I'm not going to those places. I'm just not going to do it. I'll lose the money. He canceled events where that was the case. If he was going to go into a show and that location was not going to allow his fans to come in unless they were vaccinated, he's like, I'm not going to do it. And he went on to Tucker Carlson's show last night to explain why he was doing this.
Well, honestly, I got a lot of feedback from a couple venues that I was playing. My fans were really upset. They said, I'm not comfortable with getting a COVID shot, and now they're saying I can't come see you perform unless I do that. And I looked into it, and that's the last thing you should be doing is going, hey, you want to come see like feeding the seal, the fish. Hey, you want to come see a concert? You want to here, catch the fit. Why would you do that? Why would you? I don't want any of my fans forced to come laugh, and they got to get a shot in them.
And he went on to talk a little bit more about this and how he was upset about that. And of course, the very woke, the Huffington Post and other places are all going after him. SNL Goat Boy rants about the beast, barks like a seal in a wild... Yeah, okay, right. Look, just remember something about the woke and remember something about the culture and remember something about Hollywood and the music industry and the like. They will eat their own. The minute you step away from what are the pre-planned and pre-scripted notes that you have of your life, you will be taken down, cut down politically or socially or culturally speaking. And of course, that's what they're doing. But again, just questions that we have. Just don't understand why, like in the state, why it seems like it's going to be tougher for us to get monoclonals, why we can't talk about that. I played the audio yesterday of Dr. Fauci in 2019. Remember that audio clip that Fauci had with regard to what we can do? And gosh, I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I have to look to see where it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
And the best way for me to prevent getting an infectious disease and having to have you as my doctor is what? Wearing a mask?
No.
Don't need to do that. If I can see they're getting ready to sneeze or cough, walk away.
You avoid all the paranoid aspects and do something positive. A, good diet. B, you don't smoke, I know. I know you don't drink, at least not very much, so that's pretty good. Get some exercise. I know that you don't get as much exercise as you should.
That's correct.
Get good sleep. I think that the normal, low-tech, healthy things are the best thing that you can do, David, is stay healthy.
All right. Why can't he say that now? That's exactly what, that's the point that Jim Brewer was bringing up, right, in his interview?
The finger, like we're the demons? I'm not vaccinated. I had COVID. You're not going to tell me about my body. I know my body. I know my morals. I know my faith. You don't come telling me and threaten me and everyone else as if we're the demons. I have 2 close friends right now, fully vaccinated, and they got COVID.
Yeah.
And they're both sick. So this is not about safety, because if it was, you'd, just like you said and I said in my video, eat more fruit, take care of your body, go to the gym. I've been saying that forever.
That's what Dr. Fauci said too. How interesting. But no, you're not allowed to do that. Again, listen, you make the choice for your body and your family with a consultation with your doctor. You do all that. But the suggestion that Jim Brewer can't have a career because we say so, because everybody that goes to the show has to be vaccinated, it's it might be a little much. But you don't understand. Businesses have that ability. If that's what they want to do as a company and a business, and that's what they can. Yeah, they can. You just ask yourself why they're doing that, and the information they have, and the like, to suggest that that's the only way that we can move on in society. And of course, if you disagree, then you're going to be in trouble. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Oh, man, there are so many other things that I have to get to. I'm just looking at the time, and we're not going to have enough time right now to play the Sebastian Gorka interview from yesterday. Listen, if you want to hear it again, you can go to the podcast. Just go to Drew Steele, type it into just type it into Google, whatever, in any podcast location, and you'll get a chance to hear it from yesterday. Maybe we'll be able to play a clip coming up in just a little bit. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just do this really quick right now before we go to break? I'll just play a small clip of something that he said yesterday. Can we do that, Jake? All right, let's just do that right now, because yesterday when we did have Dr. Gorka on, and, I obviously asked about the concerns with what General Milley did and everything that we've heard about now, and the phone calls to China and Nancy Pelosi and going behind the president's back. Of course, Dr. Gorka had a problem with that and concerned about, listen, if the stories are true, then it's just like his former boss said.
I'll just quote what my boss said yesterday. If this is true, it is treason. And that's what President Trump said is absolutely right. However, let's look at the patterns. We look at, in criminality, in a court of law, you look at fact patterns. It is outrageous. It is treasonous. It should result in an individual being court-martialed and put in the brig and charged with treason. I'll just quote what my boss said yesterday.
Oh, all right. And sorry about that. There it is. Okay.
Testify on Capitol Hill that it's okay for West Point, the most prestigious military academy in the world, to be teaching critical race theory, that he's white and he wants to understand white rage because that's what was behind January the 6th. As he advises the current incumbent of the White House to surrender in Kabul, to sacrifice the only strategic air base we have in the whole theater in Bagram, which now means we are utterly blind and deaf in Afghanistan, as Al-Qaeda is rushing back into that country to reconstitute the training camps that it had prior to 9/11. It fits. This is sadly this treasonous act by Mark Milley, and I will not call him General Milley, by Mark Milley, is plausible.
Yeah, I think that's a big aspect to this, and it's something that I talk about. I talked about it yesterday, pretty much the whole show. This crisis of trust that we have right now in the country, and it's all the fault of the left in this country and what they have perpetrated against the former president that we all see. We constantly hear about all of these different issues that when the sunlight, the disinfectant of sunlight, it all exposes what they have been trying to do. How are we supposed to move on as a country when, number one, we can't have that trust in the people that we should be able to trust, especially when they're in an administration like the former president's and what he was able to do? And then the second part of it is, if true, then it brings a critical point, which is if we don't have individuals in this country who are willing to follow the Constitution, that are willing to look at it and thumb their nose at it, then we don't have a republic. I mean, that's where my concern lies. What are your thoughts?
No, I couldn't put it better myself. Look, I spent 15 years in a post-communist country, the land of my parents. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, I went there to try and get Hungary back to being a normal country, to pull itself up out of the horrors of 40 years of communism. And we witnessed the fact that there was no rule of law in terms of the crimes of the past. Nobody paid for them. My father was arrested, tortured, and imprisoned by the secret police. Nobody, not my father, nobody who was persecuted nobody who did the persecution paid a price. And as such, a Hungarian philosopher asked a question in a very famous article after the fall of communism, and nobody was getting punished. He said, "Are we becoming a land of no consequences?" And sadly, as an American now, a person who chose this country, who wasn't blessed with being born here, but chose to come here because we are the greatest country on God's earth, I have to ask the question, are we in America becoming the land of no consequences? We've been told for 4 years that my former boss was a racist, a warmonger, a white supremacist, a Nazi, a Russian asset. None of it was true. It was all lies. He protected us, destroyed ISIS, built the wall, created the most powerful economy we've ever had. But in the meantime, we have people like Milley, we have Colonel Vindman literally committing sedition and treason in uniform. So the question is, it's up to us, really. I mean, it's not the elite. The elite have betrayed us in many cases on both sides of the aisle. And now it's up to us. Will Americans take back their country?
Yeah. Will we take back our country? A little bit of Dr. Sebastian Gorka, who joined us yesterday on the program. You can go listen to the podcast, check that out to hear the complete interview. But again, that is part of the big issue here is there are individuals, there are people who are looking at what General Milley did and saying, yeah, no problem. That's good. That's a good thing. I mean, because, Trump. Meanwhile, we're going to have to put a stop to that because that is the definition of a coup. When individuals are going to thumb their nose at the Constitution and the rule of law, then we are a banana republic. There's nothing that we can do to stop that. And so we have to get back to that place. And to do that is about elections. And it's about local. And it's about electing people that will understand that and support that. And that's going to be important. All right, let's take a break. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Glenn Beck, 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work, and they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News.
From Afghanistan to
all
America.
along.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 37,000 refugees who fled as the Taliban was taking control are going to be resettled across the country.
About 5,200 of them going to California. Others will be headed to Maryland, Virginia, Texas, and Oklahoma. Each Afghan refugee is expected to get about $1,200 to help with rent, furniture, and food.
Fox's Jill Nato. The U.S. has pledged millions in aid for Afghanistan as the UN keeps raising money, calling the humanitarian need dire. But Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tells Fox,
I want to tell every country out there, if you give these guys money, you're giving people money who have American blood on their hands and led to the first 9/11 and are going to allow the second 9/11.
Some GOP lawmakers want the Taliban declared a foreign terrorist organization. The White House is backing General Mark Milley after the Joint Chiefs Chairman denied what's in a new book that he made secret calls to China's top general, saying he'd warn them if then President Trump launched an attack. Well, the Pentagon says the calls were not secret. The allegations are false. Trump says if true, it's treason. The U.S. has a new partnership with Britain and Australia to help counter China's threat. President Biden says,
"This is about investing in our greatest source of strength, our alliances."
But another of our allies is angry. Fox's Simon Owens live in London.
Dave, the announcement that Australia will build nuclear-powered submarines with the US means Australia is dumping a submarine contract with France. And that has left the French government furious.
C'est vraiment en bon français un coup dans le dos.
Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said it's a stab in the back. He called President Biden's approach brutal and unpredictable and added, "It reminds me of what President Trump used to do." The Australia-France contract was valued at $40 billion. Dave?
Simon, a billionaires floating above us. SpaceX launched Jared Isaacman and 3 others who will orbit the Earth for 3 days on a joyride. None of them are astronauts. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now heading out through Daniels Parkway at Jetport Commerce Parkway with major backups heading westbound toward I-75. And that looks like the crash itself is actually on the eastbound side. So watch out for delays coming off the interstate and onto it right now from Daniels Parkway in the Gateway area toward Fort Myers. 75 itself, nice and clear, not seeing any major problems up and down the interstate. 41 looking good as well on this early morning commute. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wake News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we head into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
Lusk Draysites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Draysites in Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Draysites in Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan.
Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Sex. I have your attention, don't I? Well, in studio with us to talk about just that, Dr. Michael P. Varvaris. Check out Dr. Varvaris online at mddocv.com. Doctor, good to have you here today. Let's talk a little bit about female sex hormones. What a topic.
Well, first off, you need to realize that hormones move around the blood while they work in the tissue. And what really matters is your tissue level and not your blood level. So when you're taking estradiol or progesterone, whether it's a tablet, an injection, a cream, or a pellet, the blood level is pretty much worthless. Now, doctors usually don't understand this, and patients end up getting horribly overdosed. Now, oral estrogen has been associated with cancer, heart disease, liver disease. Many doctors even use birth control pills for this. And these things contain synthetic hormones, which are basically a kind of poison. Most doctors will use estradiol alone if the patient doesn't have a uterus, not realizing that every cell in a woman's body needs a balance of estradiol combined with progesterone. So if you're a woman, you're on postmenopausal sex hormones, and your doctor's measuring blood levels or putting you on oral estrogen or using birth control pills, you really do need to see me.
Check out Dr. Varvaris online at mddocv.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. How are you? Hope you're doing well. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program. Here we are. And streaming, listening to the podcast. Drew Steele. Just type it into Google or any of your favorite podcast locations, and you can listen to the show at your convenience. Today's the kind of day that I just have to kind of skim over the headlines because there are so many things that I want to talk about, and I don't want to miss one single thing. So that's what I'm going to try to do this morning. Are you ready to buckle up and take the ride? Jake the Millennial, I need you. Are you ready? You're all buckled in? Is that that's my buckle up sound. It doesn't really sound like that at all, does it? Nope. Okay, good. All right, here we go. All right, let's start with this story. Okay, do I really? I guess I do. Why is the left losing their mind over Nicki Minaj? If an alien landed on the planet and you had to explain to people who Nicki Minaj is, could you do it? Jake the Millennial, go ahead, go. Who is Nicki Minaj?
Rapper from New York.
Okay.
Queens.
All right, a little bit.
Originally, her family's from Trinidad.
All right, sassy, a little bit of an attitude, to say the least. Is that a safe way of putting it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a weird story, and look, it's gonna come back to what we're talking about here today, and almost every day. So she get a lot of heat. She tweeted out. Listen, this is somebody who is very big, huge, large in the culture. 22 million people follow her on Twitter. Is that right? That's a number that I heard. Right? Like 22 million people?
I'll check.
Okay, yeah, do that. So she got a lot of heat because she tweeted out about a friend of her cousin's who developed, let's just say, it's a family show. So let me read a little bit of the tweet. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. As you can imagine, the area around your body became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. Pray on it. Make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. You're not allowed to say that. In the music industry, Hollywood, the left, you're not allowed to say, pray on it. Make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. So, of course, the left and the media had to jump in on this because they had to clear the record for. They got to help Nicki Minaj out because she doesn't understand what she's talking about. So here comes Joy Reid on her program and says,
and people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. For you to use your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives.
Okay, so then she goes on. Joy Reid, she's the homophobe, right? Isn't she the one that isn't a fan of the gay community, but then said that her Twitter account got hacked and it didn't really get hacked. I just really said that. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So Nicki Minaj responds, again, this is a cultural icon, which just gives you an idea of where the culture is right now. No, seriously, I mean, Jake, if he didn't have a mouthful of food right now, could probably...
Nothing.
Okay. For example, Nicki Minaj she's got her own personal issues, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, to say the least.
Okay, well, I know you told me off the air. Keep it off the air. Okay.
Probably should.
Yeah, the cultural thing is... Okay. So Nicki Minaj responded to the Joy Reid comment and said, 2 white men sitting there nodding their heads because this Uncle Tomiana doing the work. How sad. Ouch again. Okay, so then after all, I mean, it goes back and forth about the homophobia and Joy Reid and then Nicki Minaj. And then here comes Tucker Carlson, who's talking about it as well, right? He brings it up on his show, and he says...
But it's not anything to do with the physical effect of the vaccine that makes our political class mad. It's the last part of Nicki Minaj's tweet that enrages them. The part where she says you should pray on it, make the decision yourself like a free human being, and, quote, don't be bullied. So our media and public health officials didn't like this because they make their livings bullying people. So they couldn't let it stand.
Yeah. So now people are going after Nicki Minaj and saying, you're being talked about on Tucker Carlson's show. He's a white supremacist, you realize. Nicki Minaj is like, listen, there's a point here. So she says, right, I can't speak to, agree with, even look at someone from a particular political party. People are human. People aren't human anymore. If you're black and a Democrat tells you to shove something someplace, I won't describe, you simply have to. If another party tells you to look out for that bus, stand there and get hit. Jake is like, yeah, this is
she wrong? She's not wrong.
22 million people follow her on Twitter. And then I guess what ended up happening is Twitter took her off the platform. They deplatformed her for a little while. What is going on here?
Sounds about right.
No. So that story's been making the news and headlines and just trying to... people asked me about it yesterday. I really don't want to talk about it because it's Nicki Minaj, and I'm thinking listen, the culture is a cesspool right now. I can tell you it's a cesspool because we've got people and we got kids in schools, and now we're doing these challenges. What's this dumb challenge now that we have to look out? Look, if you're a parent, you got something else to look out for. It's bad enough we have CRT in our schools. And oh, by the way, there's a story on schools and fighting back against what some school boards are doing. Some pretty heavy-duty stories coming up in just a second. But now what is this thing? What's this thing going on here that even Wink News was talking about? The devious lick challenge hits Southwest Florida schools and businesses, and you're thinking, all right, licking? What are we doing now? We're licking things? No, it's not lick. That's not what it is.
Shall I translate?
Go ahead. All right, hold on a second. Do we have any kind of like music or kind of a sound effect, like a Jake the Millennial translator of something like that? Beep, 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 beep. All right, we're translating now. Go ahead, explain to everybody what it is.
All right, so technically, a lick is like the street term for to steal something.
Okay, so theft. So it is devious stealing challenge. So what are they doing?
Well, it all started with a viral video on TikTok of a kid from college stealing a projector and bringing it back to his dorm room and videoing it. And then from that, of course, they created the challenge. And then now you have kids, even locally in Collier County. I think there was a couple bathrooms that were completely shut down all day because kids took the soap dispensers and were taking, toilet paper. And I mean, like the whole thing off the wall. So anything that they can fit in their backpack that shouldn't go in their backpack that doesn't belong to them, applies to this little
All
child.
right, so that's what's happening. So another thing to look out for, thanks to the culture. There you go. Like I said, it's a cesspool. And, you know, the politics are downstream from culture, right? So that's what ends up happening. So the cesspool's here, and then you go downstream, and then the politics are a cesspool. And so that's what's happening in our schools. Now, by the way, little school news for you here. Let me catch you up on some of what's happening. A couple of things. Number one, we are told that in a recent survey conducted by the Manhattan Institute, a majority of Hispanic and Black parents oppose critical race theory being taught in public schools. They surveyed 20 metropolitan cities spanning from Washington, D.C. to Vegas, and they asked wide-ranging questions concerning policy about impacting communities and talking about CRT, and they're not having it. 66% of parents oppose it. They want it out of our schools. And CRT, and of course, you all know, hopefully by now, what CRT is, looking at things through the lens critically of race and saying that, listen, you can't have a constitution, you can't have a Declaration of Independence because all of those individuals who wrote the Constitution Declaration, they were all racist, and because they're racist, and certainly anything else that comes down from on high is, and anything in our society has to be inherently racist. It's just the way it is. So it has to be torn down and brought back up again. And then there's even more of intersectionality and the word social justice. And anytime you hear diversity, equity, and inclusion, run the other direction because that's part of it as well. Unfortunately, there are some of those that are just getting suckered into it and thinking that, oh, no, this is good. This is being an anti-racist is doing all. No, that's not. It's about introducing racism to kids that otherwise wouldn't be there, but for what you're doing. And then we've got a very bold and brave individual in Hudson, Ohio. I don't know if you heard about this. Finally, somebody standing up and had something to say about what was going on in their community. And as the story goes, Hudson, Ohio, you have a mayor who got in front of a school board and asked for resignations. Did you hear about this story, Jake? Resignations from the school board. Well, why? Well, listen to what the mayor in Hudson, Ohio said to them just the other day.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
Whoa. What? That's right. He wanted them to resign by the end of the month, according to the Akron Beacon Journal. After a number of parents complained about some of the writing prompts included in a book called 642 Things to Write About. So the kids were being taught this lesson plan called 642 Things to Write About. By the way, if you're a parent, you're listening to the sound of my voice, make sure you check this. Make sure that's not happening in our school district. That book was provided to high school students taking Writing in the Liberal Arts 2, which is a college credit class. Parents said there was a prompt that asked students to, quote, write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom, and to, quote, rewrite the sex scene from above into one that you'd let your mom read. And another one was prompting underage students to drink a beer and describe the taste. Parents like, I had no idea. What? People were saying they were appalled by the content. They couldn't believe it. And guess what one parent said? Are you ready? Hold on a second. Give me the music. And requested that cameras be placed in the classrooms to monitor what their children were being taught. Hey, I like that idea too. I might even have something to say about that in the coming months. Stay tuned. Yeah, so there's that. Again, how are you going to know? How are you going to know? Maybe your child might tell you, maybe they won't. But it's out there and it's all over the country. So just some of what we're seeing. And again, how do you fight back? You fight back against all of this by having people who are brave and bold, who will show up, and many do in this community, at school board meetings and have something to say to those school board members. Those school board members certainly on notice that their days are politically numbered because an election is just around the corner, and we don't forget. And to elect people, put people in place that will not do these things, that will be very open and transparent, and certainly will not be giving you textbooks to have you do things and lesson plans as described. I'm just assuming there's probably other ways that you could create a lesson plan that didn't have to involve those specific things I just mentioned, right? I mean, or is that completely impossible because you've run all out of any other way to do it other than that? Well, these are real life scenarios, Drew. No, you don't understand. This is what people go through every day. Yeah, when it comes to that aspect of teaching, yeah, you can leave that to me. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk more about General Milley and some of what has been said by Jen Psaki and others in protecting General Milley. The audio yesterday, pretty disgusting. Also, John Durham, wait a minute. Is Hillary Clinton a little worried? Are the walls closing in? Is there something going on with John Durham? Does he actually exist? The Durham report and the Trump-Russia collusion nonsense? There's something going on. Is he preparing a surprise indictment? We'll talk about that coming up as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale, this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair water solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tubes, dyes, and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799, or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The completed job is on the horizon, and the trail meets its match. Just like that, you made short work of a long to-do list. Run with us on a John Deere Gator UTV. With effortless four-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. we've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with cart for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $25 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, so Jen Psaki is being asked about General Milley and phone calls to China, you know, behind the scenes there without the president knowing about it. That's not a coup or treason or anything like that, and calling Nancy Pelosi and trying to take the ability to fire nuclear weapons or anything like that, or military strikes. It's got to go through Milley, you know, and he's got to be part of the conversation. It's not a coup or anything like that. What did Jen Psaki say yesterday when asked about that?
Well, I saw the statement, of course, that the Department of Defense, or I should say the Joint Chiefs spokesperson, just released minutes ago. I'm not going to add more or speak to anonymous, unconfirmed reports about conversations with limited context from here. But what I can assure you all of is that the president knows General Milley. He has been chairman of the Joint Chiefs for almost 8 months of his presidency. They've worked side by side through a range of international events.
Hey, like Afghanistan? I'm just asking. I mean, I'm just wondering if that's one of it. But of course, it's like, you know, everything is fine. And General Milley, according to something he said in 2015, he loves China. Everything's cool. I mean, they're not a threat. It's a...
You alluded to in the previous question. China's not an enemy. And I think that's important for people to clearly understand.
You just got to clearly understand that. So, still have a lot of questions about that. Maybe we'll talk about that more coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
If you've considered remodeling with the help of a good handyman or remodeler, consider reimagining your space instead with the help of a professional designer from Closet Factory. Our best designers, the ones with black belts in interior design and PhDs in bringing fuzzy ideas to sparkling reality, so your new closet or office looks how you dreamed it would and works even better. Because creating a space that's organized, intelligent, and beautiful starts with a design that's all that, from a designer that's all that. At Closet Factory, that's how we build it.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been told once that I'm the most credentialed mold investigator in South Florida, which kind of makes me a nerd in this business. When your air conditioning guy's talking to you about mold, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to sell you a solution that probably won't work. When you hear about ultraviolet lights and the duct cleaning, you're listening to somebody who has no idea how to solve a mold problem. If you want real answers and real solutions, give me a call at 239-482-1542 because I'm actually an expert and have the training and credentials to back it up. I won't sell snake oil solutions, and I'll tell you the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Biden announces a new military partnership with the leaders of the United Kingdom and Australia aimed at countering China. It's called AUKUS, A-U-K-U-S.
British Prime Minister Johnson says security is important, but it also showcases
the depth of our friendship.
Australian Prime Minister Morrison will benefit first as AUKUS outfits his nation with a nuclear-powered submarine fleet. President Biden says an 18-month period will flesh out specifics.
From workforce to training requirements to production timelines.
Aimed at helping secure the Indo-Pacific region.
Fox's Gernal Scott. The first all-civilian space flights orbiting Earth in a capsule sent up by a SpaceX rocket.
Billionaire Jared Isaacman's leading the crew as they orbit Earth for 3 days. With him is a bone cancer survivor, a community college educator, and a data engineer.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Daniels Parkway, we've got a crash we're watching at Cross Creek Boulevard causing westbound backups. Another one with westbound roadblock at State Road 82 in Daniels. And a third crash right near Jetport Commerce Parkway off to the side of the road eastbound on Daniels, just off of I-75. That's a vehicle that went off the road into a ditch, getting picked up by a tow truck right now and should be getting cleared out of the way. We also have a crash we're watching on 2nd Street West in Lehigh Acres. That crash does not have any injuries or roadblock with it, but expect to see some deputies out on scene. That's right off of Waldo Avenue North, just south of Leonard Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we head into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investment investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Hey, maybe you want to listen to Dr. Sebastian Gorka in the interview we did yesterday. You can go to the podcast and hear that. And maybe you just want to listen later on in the day. Coming up, news on John Durham and the Durham investigation and the Durham... well, I guess there's a new report from the New York Times that is very surprising on what John Durham is doing, and maybe readying an indictment of some names that Hillary Clinton might be a little worried about. All right, so we'll have that coming up certainly in just a couple of minutes. We're really doing this? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the president of these United States. Hey, good morning, President Biden. How are you, sir?
Hey, it's a great day to be on the Dirty Banana Peel show, man. Big fan.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I know I said no. I said no General Mills questions. But the only thing he's guilty of is a bad haircut. It's a bad haircut.
All right. Yeah. First of all, for the millionth time, it's Drew Steele. I don't know how we're going to get this through to you. Maybe you've got somebody. Anyway, okay. Look, Mr. President, I got a lot of questions here. First of all, a lot of people.
I got answers, man.
I know you do. I'm sure. A lot of people not very happy with this whole thing going on with the vaccine mandates, and federal workers have to be vaccinated, and requires private companies with more than 100 employees and making their workers get vaccinated or taking the weekly tests. You got something to say to people who are criticizing you on this, sir?
Oh, don't tell me you're a whiner, one of these whiners too, man. It's a great question, but look, Lou, my answer is this.
Yeah.
Folks, here's the deal. It's no secret. We're smack dab in the middle of a global panhandling, man, and it's just not going to go away on its own.
Yeah,
it's like that herpes that came from the fish market in the faraway land.
What?
We always got to remember that, okay? Look, this isn't going away fast.
Yeah.
It's slow burn.
Yeah.
Look, I don't need to tell you, the Velcro Darien is spreading like wildflowers, Jack. And the only way we can get this thing under control is for all of us to come together and get funky like a junkie and needle up, man. My son Hunter came up with that. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We should put that on shirts. Lori, we should put that on shirts.
All right. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you caught this, but the other day, Evander Holyfield was fighting over the weekend. Did you catch that, sir?
Oh, Oh, as a matter of fact, I did, man.
Yeah.
It was on late, like 10:30.
Yeah.
That was like around the fourth time I was up taking a tinkle. So I went, I flipped it on, and before I could even get my bowl of ice cream in the kitchen, it was over, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a senior citizen take that many shots to the face since Nancy Pelosi got her last lift.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I kind of wish Hunter had been there.
Why?
You know, he probably could have offered Holyfield some meds, you know, so he wouldn't have felt a thing, man.
Yeah.
But to suffer a humiliation like that,
You mean the technical knockout thing there?
No, the color commentary by the former guy there.
Wait. The color commentary was being done by former President Trump.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. You know, the good news is Evander's only 58 years old. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back fast. God love him.
Yeah, he will.
Excuse me.
Hey, it's former President Trump. Hey.
Drew, I couldn't keep quiet. I had to come on, Drew.
Well, it's great to hear your voice, sir.
It's good to be on. And only a fossil like Sleepy Joe would call a 58-year-old boxer a kid. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, Biden probably has hearing aids the result as Holyfield. Maybe even older.
I know. Listen,
man.
All right, this is a great surprise. Well, look, it's been a while since you've been on. Any observations you want to share? Maybe about the Holyfield fight. You want to talk about that?
Well, I will tell you,
Yeah.
Saturday night's fight reminded me of our first debate, you know, which I won easily, by the way.
Yeah.
Not true, man. That's simply not true, Ronald. Yeah, but in all fairness, Drew, Evander had a tough night.
Yeah.
Really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he went down faster than Sleepy Joe's poll numbers. So sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen brain farts from Sleepy Joe that lasted longer than that. Will you shut up, man? Look, Lou, tell him this is my intervention, not his.
Well, I kind of like
mean your interview, Joe. Everybody knows Hunter is the only Biden who has intervention. Oh, come on, man.
I like where this is going.
Wow.
Is this maybe a good place to stop? I don't know. Yeah, well, all right. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in both Presidents Biden and Trump today. That was
Don't be a stranger. Come by Mar-a-Lago, Drew,
yeah,
okay?
I would love to. That'd be great. And I think we're done here, right?
Well, thanks for. I'll hold, operator. That's okay.
No, we're done. We're done. It's
talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's done.
I don't want any magazine subscriptions either, so just take me off your mailing list.
What?
Wow, Sleepy Joe's lights are on, but nobody's home, Drew.
That is right.
Huge.
Yes, I do. All right. Thank you, both presidents, and especially President Trump for joining us. That was a lot of fun. We appreciate that. All right. There you go. Wow. All right. I miss him. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website. There you go. Steele is for ease. I know. Jake is freezing. This building could. It's absolutely. I know. I'm blowing in my hands like it's wintertime.
Don't even want to touch the mic stands because they're freezing cold.
Yeah. It's like it's a good thing you're not thinking about licking them at all. It would be like one of those Christmas movies. You get your tongue stuck.
I've actually done that.
239-479-5592, DrewSteele.com, the website. Hey, listen, I don't know what's going on. If Hillary's a little worried about this, maybe the wall's closing in. So does John Durham, first of all, maybe he does exist. I actually asked Congressman Devin Nunes when he was in town. Listen, one of the questions I had to ask, honestly, behind the scenes was, is this guy real? I mean, is this like an animatronic? Because we never really see him. It's always the same picture that everybody sees. It's that one shot of him really close up. And anyway, maybe there's something going on here. So there's a new report out from the New York Times that Durham is apparently readying an indictment of Perkins Coie lawyer Michael Sussmann, a key player in spreading uncorroborated accusations of collusion between Russia and Trump. How about that? Prosecutor John Durham has told a cyber lawyer who works for the firm that repped Clinton campaign that he wants to indict him on suspicion of lying about who he repped when he told FBI in 16 about a potential tie with Trump and Russia. How about that? Former federal prosecutor there, Sussmann, now a partner at Perkins Coie, who represented the DNC on issues related to Russia 2016 hacking of its servers, is likely to attract significant political attention. This was all from the New York Times. How about that? So this, there might actually be something going on. And even Molly Hemingway was tweeting out that it's interesting that in addition to running the Democrats and the media's damage control and damaging 2016 Russia collusion hoax, Mark Elias, also ran the Democrats and media's 2020 operation to water down or get rid of as many state rules and procedures that ensure election integrity as possible. And it was Chuck Ross in the Daily Caller who was talking about the fact that the Perkins Coie lawyer, Michael Sussmann, worked alongside Mark Elias. Oh, boy. So the questions become, is Hillary...
I'm really offended personally.
I didn't even say anything yet, but maybe she's a little worried now. I'm just saying, well, because not necessarily that Hillary... Because Hillary's the big fish that you want to get in all of this, but ultimately, you know, how the royalty of the United States, being the Clintons, nobody ever, you don't touch the Clintons, otherwise things happen. What did I say that? But besides the fact that it may not get that far up the chain there, if you will. But hey, listen, maybe there's some things brewing, so we'll just keep an eye on that story. All right, well, what else? Oh man, I got to talk about this Facebook story. I got to do this today. I don't know if I have enough time. Yeah, I think I do. I just have to do it. So I'm going to try to do it now before we do Drew's College, which is coming up in just a minute. Sit tight. Drew's College of Political Knowledge is on the way. Should I do it first and then go back to this Facebook story? Or do you think I should hit the Facebook story now? I'm going to leave it up to Jake. Major decision in his life. Facebook story now, which has to do with all of us. It's a big story. Or we do Drew's College first, then we go to the Facebook story.
Do it Facebook story first.
All right, let's do Drew's College. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. I've learned a lot of things about Jake. And whatever Jake comes up with, if you do the opposite, it is gold. So let's do Drew's College right now. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. And we'll play Drew's College next. Just give us a call. You know, maybe you're driving the kids to school. Maybe you're on your way to work. Let's go. Let's win and play Drew's College. And then I got to tell you this story about Facebook. Did Facebook try to make the platform a healthier place, and instead it got angrier instead, and that was by design? It's a fascinating story we'll have coming up. All right. Caller number 5 right now. 239-479-5592. Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Daniels Parkway still very backed up because of several crashes, especially westbound. We're seeing stopped traffic approaching Cross Creek Boulevard right near the Cross Creek community just off of 6 Mile Cypress Parkway because of major delays with a crash there. Another crash at State Road 82 and Griffin Drive toward the Gateway Lehigh Acres area. No injuries or roadblock with that scene, luckily. Still dealing with a crash also heading through State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway with westbound roadblock. Another hit and run at Ortiz Avenue and Ballard Road in Fort Myers. No roadblock there. And a crash in Lehigh at Bellacourt and Lee Boulevard right now. Doesn't look like anything in the way of roadblock nearby. Collier County dealing with a disabled vehicle on Golden Gate Boulevard West. That's right off the intersection of 1st Street Southwest. So expect to see some delays near the Baptist Church out there. And a crash in Immokalee at State Road 82 and Corkscrew Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Look out for a few showers closer to the coast to kick off the day. Scattered thunderstorms developing as we head into early this afternoon around lunchtime and drifting northward throughout the day. Temperatures, thanks to some additional cloud cover, only set to top off in the 80s, and we'll keep with a chance for a few showers overnight and into your Friday morning with a low near 75 degrees to kick off tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
It's your friend Sean Hannity here. You know, investing in real estate around this great country is something that I take very seriously. Now, I can tell you there are a lot of agents or national companies. They look good on paper or make big incentives or may even offer to work for less money. But one thing I've learned over the years is details in real estate mean serious dollars. Now, I have seen firsthand the importance of working with and trusting the advice of an agent who truly has their hand on the pulse of the local market, that actually live in the market and have proven track records of making sellers money in that city through good markets and challenging markets. There's only one agent I trust, and I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. Look, the only thing more expensive than hiring an expert is hiring an amateur. Don't trust your home to just anyone. Now, I've done the homework. Talk to the agent that I trust for the best advice. Call Denny Grimes about his guarantees today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that President Trump is not the first president to call Florida home? That honor belongs to Florida's first territorial governor and America's 7th president, Andrew Jackson. Jackson was a true badass. He's the youngest prisoner of war in U.S. history. He was 14. He once refused to clean the boots of a British officer and was slashed in the face with a sword. He carried that scar for the rest of his life, along with 2 bullets from multiple duels. He's the only orphan to become president and the first president to survive an assassination attempt. Jackson advocated for states' rights, limited federal power, and term limits. He had great faith in the American people. In many ways, he was ahead of his time, but in every way, he was a true Florida man. This is Spencer Roach with a page of history from our great national story and a reminder that we all have a part to play in writing the next chapter. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right. Let's go to Paul is on Marco Island. What a beautiful place. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Drew. How you doing this morning?
You know, I'm well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Paul, do you remember? Okay, it is. Hey, do you remember who the GOP nominee for president of the United States was in 2008?
Oh, you got to make me do math. I got to use my fingers and toes. 2008.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, figures and charts. I know, and probably you're in a car, too.
Yeah,
it was the year. It was
Trump.
Barack Obama, first year, first term, and he in 2008 went against this GOP nominee. Who was it?
First term. I want to say Romney, but I'm not going to say. Oh, Jesus. Now I'm feeling stupid. It was Romney. Before that, McCain.
Yeah, that's it, right? It is John McCain. Correct. Okay, good. All right, so the brain is going. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. The 3 branches of government. What are the 3 branches of our United States government?
Well, the executive, of course.
Yep.
The legislative.
Yep.
Of course. And, of course, the judicial.
There you go. Okay,
and then you
got
the
it.
Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Wait, then you go, what? Ninja Turtles? Okay. Yeah, so, all right. So
a little bit of satire.
It is, or yes, that is correct. Okay, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. 1963, I Have a Dream. This speech took place. A massive crowd in Washington, D.C. Who gave the I Have a Dream speech?
That would be the civil rights leader, Martin Luther King, and don't forget the junior.
That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. I got to make it hard for him because he seems to know his stuff. Who's the only president of the United States to be sworn into office by his dad? Was that JFK, Calvin Coolidge, or Abraham Lincoln?
I'm going to go with Coolidge.
That is correct, sir. Look at you. Congratulations. Great answers and one good guess. So you got your...
one thing to say to you.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't call in to play to this political college. I wanted to tell Jake to tell you to go with the big story before political college.
Oh, you wanted to hear the Facebook story.
Yeah. But I am delighted to play your political college.
Oh, good. All right. Well, now, if you let me go here, I'll do the Facebook story real fast. Are you ready?
Oh, please.
Okay.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
All right. It's a big one. All right. Stay there. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Okay. Here we go. The Facebook story. This is a big one. So apparently, the Wall Street Journal did this story, and it was exposing something that was pretty interesting. In the fall of 2018, you had the chief executive of BuzzFeed emails Facebook and says, something's going on because the most divisive content that we put out goes viral. Everything else sits back. Nothing happens. He pointed to a BuzzFeed post titled 21 Things That Almost All White People Are Guilty of Saying. It was getting crazy response. In 2017, Facebook was, if you remember, was looking like it was going to be the next MySpace. It started to go down, the numbers, the engagement started going down, and people were like, well, what do we do? And so Facebook changed its algorithms. And they wanted to make it so that there would be more engagement between people, and they wanted to stop the engagement of what they determined to be pre-produced videos. And they said it's going to make time well spent. We're going to see friends and family instead of these passive videos that are going to be making the rounds. Well, after the change, internally, they found out that the things that were getting shared the most and were getting the most reward for Facebook and others was anything that was inordinate levels of misinformation, toxicity, and violent content. And so every time they put out something angry or violent, it started to go viral. And so you had political parties in Europe, including one in Poland, saying that the research shows that we got to be angry. We got to force people to take a side and tick people off. And then India and Taiwan and everybody started to do it. And it became this snowball of anger on Facebook. And Facebook knew it. And instead of changing it, they decided to continue to run with it. That they made the decision that there were people underneath Zuckerberg who were like, listen, this is a bad change. It's making everything really angry. And the only things that are going viral and the only things that are popping up on Facebook are the things that are really divisive. Like, I'm not sure this is a good thing. And Zuckerberg was like, yeah, we keep running with it. And if it was going to reduce the anger, if it was going to reduce the engagement, then Zuckerberg's like, no, we're going to keep going with it. So they changed the algorithm to cause things to go viral that were more toxic and angry, feeding into where we are right now. It's a horrible thing and a horrible place that we're at.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8 Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows, and now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Trying to work with the Taliban. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. UN envoys in Afghanistan holding talks with the new interior minister who had been a wanted terrorist here in the U.S. in a push to send humanitarian aid.
Which the Taliban are going to control and distribute. Let's call that what it is, which is ransom.
Because Republican Congressman Michael Waltz calls the Americans left behind after U.S. troops left hostages. The Biden administration says it's still working to get anyone out who wants to leave. This is the U.S. works with states to resettle the first group of 37,000 Afghan refugees who fled that country. Police keep searching for a woman missing since last month. Gabby Petito did not return from a trip with her fiancé, who's now in Florida, a person of interest in the case.
Brian Laundrie has been hiding out here at his parents' house ever since he returned home alone from the road trip he took with Gabby Petito. And like you said yesterday, Northport police here in Florida named him a person of interest. They say he has not been available for any interviews or provided any useful information.
Fox's Carly Shimkus in Northport. Now a development in what's been quite a murder case out of South Carolina. Fox's Jeff Manasso following it live.
Dave, Alex Murdaugh plans to turn himself in today in Hampton County, South Carolina. That from his attorneys, an alleged attempted insurance fraud. Days after police say he orchestrated his own roadside shooting in a bid to apparently leave his son with a $10 million insurance payout. Investigators are also looking into the June shooting deaths of Murdaugh's wife and 22-year-old son, and the 2018 death of the family's housekeeper. Investigators are also looking into allegations that Murdaugh stole money from his law firm before resigning earlier this month. Dave.
Jeff, they're mourning a fallen officer in Independence, Missouri, where Blaze Madrid Evans died from his injuries hours after being shot responding to a call at a home. Police fired back and killed the gunman. The officer had just graduated from the academy 2 months ago. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Daniels Parkway still very backed up because of several crashes, especially westbound. We're seeing stopped traffic approaching Cross Creek Boulevard right near the Cross Creek community just off of 6 Mile Cypress Parkway because of major delays with a crash there. Another crash at State Road 82 and Griffin Drive toward the Gateway Lehigh Acres area. No injuries or roadblock with that scene, luckily. Still dealing with a crash also heading through State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway with westbound roadblock. Another hit and run at Ortiz Avenue and Ballard Road in Fort Myers. No roadblock there. And a crash in Lehigh at Bellacourt and Lee Boulevard right now. Doesn't look like anything in the way of roadblock nearby. Collier County dealing with a disabled vehicle on Golden Gate Boulevard West. That's right off the intersection of 1st Street Southwest. So expect to see some delays near the Baptist Church out there. And a crash in Immokalee at State Road 82 and Corkscrew Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we head into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South Windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Drew Steele, you just type it into Google or any of your favorite podcast locations, and you certainly will have the opportunity to check out the show at your convenience. Coming up, a little bit on Mark Milley, a little bit on Nicki Minaj, a little bit on all kinds of different issues that are going on right now. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us live right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Always happy when he has a few minutes to join us on our Thursday together. How are you this morning, sir?
Hey, Drew. How you doing?
You know, we're doing okay. We've got a lot that we've been talking about. First, I have to get your take on the bombshell allegations and what we've learned so far about Mark Milley. Hard to believe that there are some that are spinning this and to make it sound as if it is not that big a deal. It's not a coup. It's not treason. It's not anything like that. It's protecting the American people. I might have questions about that, and I would ask you your thoughts.
If the allegations are true, this is grounds to be court-martialed. Like, this is not hard stuff. This is coming from the same crowd that said, oh, no, Hillary Clinton did not violate the Espionage Act. Yes, she did. If you read the statute and you look at what Hillary Clinton did, she absolutely violated the Espionage Act. The problem was that her last name was Clinton and not Smith or Jones, because if that was the case, she would have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We have a real problem, Drew, and this is bigger than the Milley thing. At minimum, at the best, this is a complete dereliction of duty and a complete violation of the chain of command. At worst, it's sedition or treason.
Yeah.
But our bigger problem in the United States right now is that depending on what side you're on, or depending on what side it helps or hurts, that determines what half the media, or frankly most of the media, will say, whether it's good or bad. And that's propaganda, Drew. That's not about the role of government. That's not about the functions of government. That's not about separation of powers. That's not about civilian authority over the military. This is the kind of stuff that destabilizes and destroys your country. When you get into these tribalist responses because your side might look good, or because you're trying to save Joe Biden, or because you're trying to make Donald Trump look inept and incompetent, frankly, because Joe Biden is inept and incompetent, but that's another matter for another day. This is the real problem we have here. That's why when you have media people spinning, when you have the State Department spinning, this is a joke. It makes us look like a third world country when we can't even hold a general accountable for something we all know. Back this up. If you have a transition from Bill Clinton to Barack Obama, and there was a chairman of the Joint Chiefs who was a holdover from George W. Bush, and they did this, you and I both know Obama would have fired that general and they would have court-martialed him.
Yep.
Without question. We all know this. So we got to stop playing these games in our politics. You got people like Joey Behar who are like, oh, he saved our country. That is a lie, and it is a joke. Because if Donald Trump was going to launch an offensive against China, why wait till after the election? You do that mess in like June or July. You don't do it when the election is already over, and now they're basically in the process of transitioning power to Joe Biden. What they're doing is why people don't trust media. This is why people don't trust the institutions of government. This is why people don't trust CDC. That's more COVID than this thing. But it's all indicative of the same issue. They would rather protect their side to maintain, credibility. You lose credibility in the eyes of people. Because number one, with the Republicans, your credibility is already gone. But now with independents, even independents now are looking at it like, well, wait a minute. That's bad. Why are you looking at Trump? Like, yeah, I get it. You hate Trump, but Trump's gone. Trump doesn't even have a Twitter account. He doesn't even tweet anymore. Trump's gone. He's not in power. Why is everything about him? This is the problem we're having in our country. It is actually one of the key core problems in our country. And if we don't get over this insanity of constantly having to blame the other political party to score points instead of doing, frankly, what is right in front of us, doing the right thing, handling that business, and then moving on, our country is in real trouble.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, and I'll say it again. The crisis of trust, number one, that we have with our institutions, with media, and certainly the issue of the Constitution. Listen, if nobody's willing to follow it, we don't have a republic. I mean, that's a big issue. And you've got a media who's encouraging things like what Milley did as if this is heroic in some way, which it's not. And again, as we've talked about too, the binary choices that are always put in front of us. Like there was nothing else that General Milley could have done if this were the case, that there was only one thing that he could do, and which is ridiculous. He could have resigned and then reported and then said that there were plenty of options if everything were as bad as described. But we all know the politics of the day and how it's been playing out. And that, I mean, even in Afghanistan, you can even speak to that. Even, everybody seems to forget that with all of these headlines that are flying around, we still have the issue of Afghanistan right in front of us, right there on Capitol Hill, things that you have witnessed and what they've, from Secretary Blinken on down and others who continue to talk about Afghanistan, like we're going to trust the Taliban to continue to do things diplomatically, and even at state with Ned Price and some of the things that he's talking about. With regard to the diplomatic moves that are being made with the Taliban and some of the things that they believe that are just kind of rainbows and ponies. It's not real life.
You're completely right. This is a true mess. Here's a question: if Admiral Milley did this in the last days of the Trump administration, was he doing this with the Taliban? Was he? Was he talking to the Taliban behind the scenes like, oh, don't watch the news coverage, this is what we're intending to do? Is he back channeling now? I'm sorry. That was something reserved for the Secretary of State, civilian authority, or the President of the United States, civilian authority. Yep. But the military, from what I'm told, is never supposed to step outside of the chain of command. And I never served, but this is what I'm being told. You have members of our military who blew the whistle on critical race theory in our military, and they were forced to resign their commission. I'm sorry, what's worse, telling the truth about what's happening in the woke military under Admiral Milley, or back-channeling to Chinese generals about what our actions are going to be when it comes to military action? I don't know which one is worse, but I know we've had men and women in uniform who were forced to resign their commissions because they decided to tell the truth about critical race theory in the military.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Right. Yeah. And, I still am concerned about what's happening in Afghanistan. It's not over. I know you are as well.
it's not.
And you've been speaking up about this and how we need accountability and how we're just not getting it.
No, I mean, look, Blinken he did his tour with the House and the Senate yesterday. It was a flat out joke.
Yep.
Basically all he did was restate the talking points and defend his position, blame Trump because they said their hands were tied because Trump set a deadline. But that's a lie, Drew. I've looked at that deal. There were 10 preconditions, 10 of them. The Taliban violated them all.
Yep.
Joe Biden didn't have to do anything. We had Bagram Airfield. We basically had Kabul under control. There were issues in the outer provinces. But other than that, if we had just supplied air power like, President Ghani had asked, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Those are basically the facts.
Right.
But Joe Biden didn't care. Joe Biden was committed to doing what he wanted to do. Based upon what I've read and the conversations I've had, even since we talked last, Drew, Joe Biden knew full well what he was doing, period. He knew full well. There are people in the military apparatus and in the intelligence community who warned him of what was going to happen, and he didn't care. And so as a result, there are Americans still left behind enemy lines. 13 of our men and women are dead, and this all sits at the feet of Joe Biden. And because the media knows this so much, we have to talk about Bob Woodward's book.
Yeah.
Because we got to turn the page. We got to get on to something else. Because the more they have to talk Afghanistan, the worse it gets for Joe Biden. And this goes back to this thing with Admiral Milley. This is not about, we have to hold the Biden administration accountable. Because remember what they said when we were still operating HKIA over there in Kabul? When we were still operating HKIA, they were like, the number one focus needs to be making sure we get Americans out. We can hold people accountable once that mission is done. Well, guess what? That mission is done now. We're not in Afghanistan anymore from a military perspective. So let's start holding people accountable, because the people who are getting out of Afghanistan now, Americans, that's not being facilitated by state. That's being facilitated by former operators who are on the ground doing the hard work, getting Americans out of harm's way. It's not being done by the federal government, no matter what they might say. State Department's coming in at the last minute and saying, hey, we organized this charter in this other area for you to get on. That's what State Department's doing right now. I know this because I've talked to my colleagues who are still working this stuff heavily because they have connections on that side of the world. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
But we're not holding Joe Biden accountable. We're not doing that. They're not holding Blinken accountable. We're not doing that. Nancy Pelosi's covering for them. Chuck Schumer's covering for them. This is the insanity, because you have a commander-in-chief who was derelict in his duty. He knew full well what was going to happen. Knew full well. Yeah. I can say that. No equivocation in my voice, Drew. Yeah. He knew full well what was going to happen. He wanted to do it anyway. And as a result, American soldiers are dead because of his inadequacies. Oh, and by the way, let's not forget the fact that they launched a drone attack against quote-unquote ISIS-K, and it hit somebody who was actually loyal to us and their family.
Yeah.
That also happened.
That's true. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I kind of want to pivot just a little bit, but I talked about this morning, and this is kind of, where some people would look at this and say, this is not that big a story. It is a big enough story in that this is how the media and how the left will eat their own, and how there is this inability for people to have the freedom to think for themselves. Too much of this is going on, and I'm talking about the Nicki Minaj issue, which on the surface, some people might say is like ridiculous. Like, why are we even talking about Nicki Minaj? Here you have somebody who's in the culture, 22 million Twitter followers, somebody who, say what you want about what the culture is and the cesspool that it is, and it is. But the fact of the matter is that the minute somebody decides to say something outside of what you are told you are allowed to say, then you are going to be eaten up as well. And the how the culture takes care of it, and how the left and the media will go after individuals. And it's this. And the thing that I'm concerned about is we have an election coming up. We've got 22, we've got 24. We know full well what big tech is doing and how they will allow certain things to be out there, how they feed off. I just had the Facebook story about how Facebook makes money and feeds off the outrage, the toxicity that is there. The more angry that stories become that are put out, the more viral it goes. This is what they want to happen, and how it's tough enough for us to fight back. And even with that story of Nicki Minaj and how she dared to say something different than she was, I guess, quote unquote, allowed to say as an individual, her freedoms.
Well, we're going to talk about the Facebook algorithm, because what you talked about is true. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
The Nicki Minaj story is also the Larry Elder story. And let me put it, you put them both together. What Nicki Minaj did is just state, frankly, what a lot of black people are saying, Drew, because, I'm a congressman, but I'm still a black man. I talk to a lot of black people. I'm talking to family members of mine who are upset about having to possibly go get the vaccine because they're being forced to. I'm talking to friends of mine from high school and from college who have heard me talk about this vaccine mandate situation. They're like, hey, we agree with you. They're not Republicans, Drew. They're not conservatives. But they're like, hey, you know what? On this thing, we do agree with you because I don't want to put it in my body. That's what Nicki Minaj did. So when you have somebody like Joy Reid and these people on the left who go after her because she's stating her case about how she feels about something as a free-thinking person in America, she has to get squashed. She has to get put down in a major way because she does have a platform. Because the one thing we know about the left, and, Nicki Minaj is realizing this one right now, shout out to the Queen for realizing it, is that if you have a different view from the left, they don't want to debate. They want to shut you down. And this is the stuff that was happening on college campuses that we were so concerned about 10 years ago, and now it's here for all of America to see. This is a real problem. That's why I say the Nicki Minaj issue is also the Larry Elder issue. If there was a black Democrat who was running for office anywhere in the United States and an egg was thrown at them by a white person with a gorilla mask on, it would have been wall-to-wall coverage from big media, definitely in California. But because Larry Elder is a conservative, it was nothing to be seen, no issue here. Because he has a different viewpoint from the political left, no matter what you do to them, no matter what you say to them is justified, because it's not about race, it's not about income, it's not about economics. This is about political domination. This is about political ideology. And the left plays one way. If you don't agree with them, you're to be shut down. You're to be silenced. You're to be told you're a fool. You're to be told you're a moron. You can be marginalized. You can be politically attacked. You can be racially attacked just because you don't agree with them. Yeah. And so I think what's happening right now in our politics is that black people and Hispanic people are seeing firsthand what happens when you disagree with the left. Because when you disagree with the left, you're no longer a black queen anymore. When you disagree with the left, you're no longer an established, intelligent, articulate, a black man who's not afraid to stand strong and state their opinions. Now you are the enemy and you must be silenced. So the Nicki Minaj story is the Larry Elder story, because it is the story of what happens, not when you're a conservative, but when you have a different opinion and viewpoint from the left and you're not afraid to share it and you have a platform to share it upon. This is what will happen to you. So I'm glad that she punched back because, folks, she didn't just take it and go into a corner and be like, oh, I apologize. I'm going to go, get some counseling and figure out what's going on. She is pushing back on the left and Joy Reid and her idiocy. She's pushing back hard. She's not going to stand for it. And so, like I said last night on Fox News, the left, they shouldn't go after hip-hop artists because hip-hop artists are accustomed to having to clap back at people. And so now they're going to get that medicine. But she has a platform. And so because she has a platform and she's pushing back, there are a lot of other black people who are going to hear her push back, and they're going to have the same questions. They're going to be like, wait, why can't I have a question about something? Do I got to just toe the line? She said something on her Twitter I'm not going to say on your show, Drew. I'm going to leave that alone. People can go listen to it herself. But this is the reality. And if you talk about the culture wars, it's things like this that actually help conservatives get a foothold in the culture war. Because in the culture wars, People want to be able to speak their mind. And what they're seeing in this COVID environment and in these political environments now is that if you are on the right or you just have a different opinion from the left, let me say it that way, you don't get to speak your mind.
Yeah.
And that's disastrous for our country.
And it should be something that is recognized and pointed out. And the more that they do this, the more there is opportunity to step in to that place and say, this is what we've been trying to talk about. This is what we've been trying to communicate. And let me explain once again why what the left is doing to you is wrong and about your liberties and freedom and your freedom to think for yourself. And it's there. And you know, and even with the Facebook thing, and I'm looking at the time, and I thought you might want to comment on that because I brought it up and I thought it was a big deal. You know, the Facebook algorithms is another thing. This is what we fight against. This is the political fight and the battle that is going to be taking place in just months from now, where we're going to have to deal with this. We're going to have to be able to get off of Facebook and actually pick up a phone or actually sit in front of somebody face to face and have conversations to explain. Because Facebook would love nothing more through their algorithms to twist everything we say around and to make it tougher for us.
Listen, the Facebook algorithm, is designed to do one thing, and it's to feed you more of what you look at. That's what it's designed to do. The reason they continuously feed you more of what you look at is because they get paid. They don't get paid by sending you random stories. That was the old algorithm. What they realized is that if they just continue to feed you more of what you like looking at, then they're going to make more money. It's that simple. So Facebook is in it for the money. That's all they care about. What happens is in our country is that people get most of their news actually from Facebook and social media. So when you have people in the country who are constantly looking at the things that they like and the algorithm only feeds them that story or that line of stories and nothing else, that actually is what leads to a lot of the tribalism that we're seeing, because people aren't stepping away from the Facebook algorithm or the Google algorithm and being like, well, let me go look at all this other stuff and then make a decision. They're going down one line of one stories. And you're right, Drew, the more controversial it is, the more toxic, the more quote unquote toxic it is, people click on that stuff more. That's why these editors write these headlines the way they write them. They're not written to convey information. They're written so you click on them. And this is one of the other problems we're having in our society right now, because people are going into their rabbit holes, and Facebook and Google feed the rabbit hole. They don't feed truth. They feed the rabbit hole.
Yep, it's true. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds, this was great. Another great day, and we always appreciate Thursdays hanging out with you. So we'll see you next week. All the best.
All right, take it easy, Drew.
All right, we'll see you. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer. At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, If you have any trouble, just call Poppy. Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade. Plus, during Truck Month, receive a $1,000 accessory cash allowance with your new truck. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All rebates to dealer offers do not combine. $1,000 cash accessory is for GM parts only. Expires 9/30/21.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Daniels Parkway, still very backed up westbound approaching Cross Creek Boulevard because of an earlier crash. We also have a crash with injuries in Lehigh Acres on Lee Boulevard, right near Lehigh Regional Medical Center at Bella Court. So seeing delays there, and possible roadblock and injuries with that crash. 75, not too bad out across the area. 41, still running up to speed. Collier County, no crashes to report at this time, and Charlotte County roads incident-free. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. We are getting closer to the weekend, and as we do so, we're looking at a pattern change starting today. This will bring a few showers close to the coast to start out the morning. Scattered thunderstorms developing earlier this afternoon today with some heavy rain as those push from south to north across the area. Temperatures today slightly cooler than average thanks to some additional cloud cover. Most of us only topping off in the 80s. A few showers possible as we get into your Friday night and into your Friday morning across the coast yet again, with lows cooling down to the middle 70s overnight. More scattered thunderstorms on tap for your Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management.
Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's Pest Prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,005 months. No down payment required.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go to the website there to watch the program. There's a button so you can subscribe to the podcast if you'd like to listen at your convenience. We appreciate that. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
You alluded to in the previous question, China's not an enemy. And I think that's important for people to clearly understand. China is a rising power.
Hey, he's not an enemy, just a rising power. Nothing to see here. That was from 2015 when General Milley was talking about how, China, not that big a deal. Everything's fine here. What are you worried about with China? Come on, why don't you stop with that nonsense? And some of the other things that he talked about, including after the death of George Floyd and talking about the United States and saying...
It's the long shadow of our original sin in Jamestown 401 years ago.
Yeah, pulling one of the 1619 Project lines there. And it's a shame. We go back to, we go 400 years ago. Okay, not saying that General Milley was woke, but yeah, there's that. And also the issues of calling China behind everybody's back and, this idea of being treasonous or a coup. No. The media says no, nothing to see here, move along. Yeah, okay.
Number 4.
Mr. Secretary, I can tell you, I've listened to you and a handful of other people try to put the best face on this possible. And I can tell you that the temperature of the American people is not there with you. And that, I'm not talking from a partisan basis. This goes both ways. There is not enough lipstick in the world to put on this pig to make it look any different than what it actually is.
Yeah, that's a senator yesterday finishing up the 2 days with Secretary of State Blinken saying, hey, listen, there's not enough lipstick to put on this pig, and we know all about what happened, and we know what this administration did. Oh, and by the way, General Milley, he was kind of involved with that too, right? But anyway, so there's a lot to be said about what's going on in Afghanistan. It is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. The Americans that are there in the situation, and certainly not a good day for the White House, the administration, and Secretary of State Blinken on Capitol Hill yesterday.
Number 3.
I got a lot of feedback from a couple venues that I was playing. My fans were really upset. They said, I'm not comfortable with getting a COVID shot, and now they're saying I can't come see you perform unless I do that. And I looked into it, and that's the last thing you should be doing is going, hey, you want to come see like feeding the seal the fish. Hey, you want to come see a concert? Or you want to here catch the fit. Why would you do that? Why would you? I don't want any of my fans forced to come laugh and they got to get a shot in them.
Yeah, that's another comedian that will be canceled quickly, SNL alumni. Jim Brewer, I'm not really sure, to be quite honest, some of the movies. Half-Baked, was that the movie that he was? I don't know. But anyway, SNL alumni who was saying, listen, I was told that the people couldn't see my show unless they were vaccinated, and he canceled the shows. And if that was the case in any of the events, location that he was going to be at, he just canceled them. He was on Tucker last night and saying, listen, he's just not going to do it. And somebody taking a stand. And you know how the left and their the culture and the canceling Jim Brewer and anybody else who dares speak out, Nicki Minaj and others that would dare speak out against what is the orthodoxy of the left. And there's nothing else that you can do. No. We're not going to do that.
Number 2.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
Wow. That is the mayor of the city of Hudson, Ohio, who was there in front of a school board yesterday, who was saying, hey, listen, I'm getting word of some of the lesson plans that are going on in the school, and I talked to a judge about this and presented the lesson plans, and I don't even want to really describe what the lesson plan was like there in Ohio. Well, maybe I will coming up, and describing in detail sex scenes and the like and how kids are supposed to do this. Oh, by the way, and underage kids drinking beer and then describing the taste and all of these things. Yeah, I got a problem with this, and I want everybody to resign, every single one of you. Otherwise, there's going to be charges brought up. Talked to a judge and said, yeah, that's leadership. That's how you do it. Listen, I'm telling you, all across the country, people are not messing around.
Number one.
Thank you. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's exactly what you think it is. That is the president of these United States, Joe Biden, who was on a conference call there, a Zoom call, with the prime ministers of both the UK and Australia. And they were talking about this new trilateral agreement that they have together. And it appears as if at the moment where he had to go from Boris Johnson, who was tossing it to you, Joe. And Joe's like, hey, thanks there, Boris. And hey, how about that guy over there down under? Yeah, forgets the name of the prime minister of Australia. But nothing to see here. Nobody talks about it, and then nobody will know a thing. It's just Joe being Joe.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Of course, in the UK and Australia, they made a big thing out of it. It was quite embarrassing to them. Welcome to our world. That's what we've been seeing as well for the longest time. Yeah, it was all over the place there. Politico EU's headline said, that fellow down under, Aussies cringe as Biden appears to forget the prime minister's name. But that's okay. Yeah, and then, by the way, going back to the story about the mayor in Hudson, Ohio, all 5 members wants the board to resign, the school board, or face possible criminal charges. He called the material child pornography. And it was some book called 642 Things to Write About. And it was provided to high school students taking writing in the liberal arts, too, which is a college credit class. And they wanted students to, and this is what it was, I'm just repeating what was there, and sorry for the little ears, to, quote, write a sex scene where you wouldn't show your mom, and to rewrite the sex scene from above into one that you would let your mom read. Yeah, I'm just going to ask, 642 things to write about. Now, there are a lot of things that have taken place over the course of human history. You got to go there, huh? There's no other place to go. Oh, you just don't understand. I mean, this is what kids do. This is what, no. That's not the no. And then there was another writing that prompted underage students to drink beer and then describe the taste. And the parents were like, yeah, no. And at the meeting, one speaker said that they were appalled and, oh, by the way, requested that cameras be placed in classrooms to monitor what their children were being taught. I like it. Hey, stand by and stick around for maybe more on the way in the next coming weeks and months where, I'm going to be presenting that same idea. Oh, some might say, I don't know if they're necessarily saying or speaking that way, but, they don't like it. Okay. But, that's something that we're going to continue to talk about. All right, what else is going on? Let's see, 239-479-5592. What other things going on? Calls and people and are we really doing this? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the president of these United States. Hey, good morning, President Biden. How are you, sir?
Hey, it's a great day to be on the Dirty Banana Peel show, man. Big fan.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I know I said no. I said no General Mills questions, but the only thing he's guilty of is a bad haircut. It's a bad haircut.
All right. Yeah. First of all, for the millionth time, it's Drew Steele. I don't know how we're going to get this through to you. Maybe you've got somebody. Okay. Look, Mr. President, I got a lot of questions here. First of all, a lot of people.
I got answers,
I
man.
know, yeah, I know you do. I'm sure. A lot of people not very happy with this whole thing going on with the vaccine mandates, and federal workers have to be vaccinated, and requires private companies with more than 100 employees and making their workers get vaccinated or taking the weekly tests. You got something to say to people who are criticizing you on this, sir?
Oh, don't tell me you're a whiner, one of these whiners too, man. It's a great question, but look, Lou, my answer is this.
Yeah.
Folks, here's the deal. It's no secret. We're smack dab in the middle of a global panhandling, man, and it's just not going to go away on its own.
Yeah.
It's like that herpes that came from the fish market in the faraway land.
What?
We always got to remember that, okay? Look, this isn't going away fast.
Yeah.
It's slow burn.
Yeah.
Look, I don't need to tell you, the Velcro Darien is spreading like wildflowers, Jack. and the only way we can get this thing under control is for all of us to come together and get funky like a junkie and needle up, man. My son Hunter came up with that. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We should put that on shirts. Lori, we should put that on shirts.
All right. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you caught this, but the other day, Evander Holyfield was fighting over the weekend. Did you catch that, sir?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I did, man.
Yeah.
It was on late, like 10:30.
Yeah.
That was like around the fourth time I was up taking a tinkle. So I flipped it on, and before I could even get my bowl of ice cream in the kitchen, it was over, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a senior citizen take that many shots to the face since Nancy Pelosi got her last lift.
Okay,
oh.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I kind of wish Hunter had been there.
Why?
You know, he probably could have offered Holyfield some meds, you know, so he wouldn't have felt a thing, man.
Yeah.
But to suffer a humiliation like that,
You mean the technical knockout thing there?
No, the color commentary by the former guy there.
Wait. The color commentary was being done by former President Trump.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. You know, the good news is Evander's only 58 years old. He's just a kid. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back fast. God love him.
Yeah, he will.
Excuse me.
Hey, it's former President Trump. Hey.
Drew, I couldn't keep quiet. I had to come on, Drew.
Well, it's great to hear your voice, sir.
It's good to be on. And only a fossil like Sleepy Joe would call a 58-year-old boxer a kid. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, Biden probably has hearing aids the result as Holyfield. Maybe even older.
I know. Listen,
man.
All right, this is a great surprise. Well, look, it's been a while since you've been on. Any observations you want to share? Maybe about the Holyfield fight. You want to talk about that?
Well, I will tell you, Saturday night's fight reminded me of our first debate, you know, which I won easily, by the way.
Yeah.
Not true, man. That's simply not true, Ronald. Yeah, but in all fairness, Drew, Evander had a tough night.
Yeah.
Really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he went down faster than Sleepy Joe's poll numbers. So sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen brain farts from Sleepy Joe that lasted longer than that. Will you shut up, man? Look, Lou, tell him this is my intervention, not his.
Yeah, well, I kind of
mean your interview, Joe. Everybody knows Hunter is the only Biden who has intervention. Oh, come on, man.
I like where this is going.
Wow.
Is this maybe a good place to stop? I don't know. Yeah, well, all right. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in both Presidents Biden and Trump today. That was
Don't be a stranger. Come by Mar-a-Lago, Drew,
yeah,
okay?
I would love to. That'd be great. And I think we're done here, right?
Well, thanks for. I'll hold, operator. That's okay.
No, we're done. We're done.
It's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's done.
I don't want any magazine subscriptions either, so just take me off your mailing list.
What?
Wow, Sleepy Joe's lights are on, but nobody's home, Drew.
That is right.
Huge.
Yes, I do. All right. Thank you, both presidents, and especially President Trump for joining us. That was a lot of fun. We appreciate that. All right. There you go. I needed a little bit of that. So did Jake. All right, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Look out for a few showers closer to the coast to kick off the day. Scattered thunderstorms developing as we head into early this afternoon around lunchtime and drifting northward throughout the day. Temperatures, thanks to some additional cloud cover, only set to top off in the 80s, and we'll keep with a chance for a few showers overnight and into your Friday morning with a low near 75 degrees to kick off tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.